What's up, guys? AW here, in order to bring you a wrestling video on this wrestling channel, on my wrestling channel, called Latest SmackDown. This is specifically for wrestling related content only, so not my main channel, obviously. But if you're new here, sure, subscribe, comment below. Um, and tell your friends if you're into wrestling. So this is actually a pretty big week in wrestling, very big week in wrestling. We got three major events in wrestling: two in WWE, one in AEW. Now, this is going to be for Clash of Castle predictions. The one that's taking place in Cardiff, Wales, the pay per view. They're back in the UK. WWE is back in the UK in the stadium, one of the biggest shows of the year. But on Sunday, we got NXT Worlds Collide, where we got NXT people, the NXT superstars from the UK taking on NXT superstars from the US. NXT UK it's gone now. Some of the superstars have been released, and some of the superstars made a move to the US. But there's also a couple matches on that card that are not exactly from superstars from UK or England, like the Ricochet versus Carmelo Hayes has just been announced yesterday. They're both superstars, right? They're from the US. But like I said, this is for Clash of the Castle. And we do have some breaking wrestling news, though. The next NXT, yes. Apparently. Thank you, Max. I will. Thank you very much. I will, man. Thank you. Apparently, the next NXT UK pay-per-view, live premium event, is going to be Halloween Havoc. And apparently, AEW has found Full's Gear location, I think. And we'll get to the predictions in a bit. I'm just went up to you guys. Yes, Halloween Havoc special will be happening October 22nd, Saturday, October 22nd. So, yeah, if you're a movie fan, the day after Black Adam releases. But okay. Let's get to the pay-per-view, shall we? Now, for the first time, I'm going to talk about this match later on, but for the first time, there's a strong possibility that Roman Reigns could lose both titles on this pay-per-view at Clash of the Castle. And, well, I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a possibility that it could happen. There's hints of it most likely possibly happen. And now apparently there's a rumor out there: Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor planned for WrestleMania 39. Fuck no, I don't want Conor McGregor in WWE, especially against someone like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar would eat him alive in a wrestling ring. Personally, I just found this out now. But yeah, so I don't want that to happen. Conor McGregor versus Brock Lesnar. I don't. I no, no, just fucking no. But yeah, but let's get on to this. Like I said, Roman Reigns. It's a strong. It's like there's a very strong possibility that Roman Reigns could lose the title here, and both titles here. And because it seems like they want the titles to be on TV. Because Roman Reigns, for the past few months, he he doesn't have to appear at live events or SmackDowns or Raws as much. He could take his schedule is on his schedule's been changed to a point where he doesn't have to appear as much. Doesn't do as much pay-per-views. Not like a Brock Lesnar schedule or like some or Goldberg schedule, but just a lighter schedule for him. And it seems like the networks want a title on the brand USA Network and the Fox more constant like, because they know they'll drive up the ratings. Well, Raw has been over 2 million for a month now. Over 2 million, gaining viewers over 2 million for a month now, which is strong. It hasn't been like that since pre-pandemic, before the pandemic started, March 2020. Remember, March 2020 is when everything went to hell in the world. World was completely shut down, and that's the last time. Around there was the last time where Raw was constantly having over 2 million viewers. Now, for a month, Raw has been having 2 million viewers again. Because you know why? Raw's been very good as of late. Now, there's some things Raw is not good at, it hasn't been great at, but lately it's been very good. Triple H has done a masterful job at taking the reins of WWE creative and stuff. And if USA Network and Fox is pressuring WWE Triple H for the title to be more shown on their channel, on their network, I wouldn't be surprised if you take off the title off Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I don't think you necessarily need a title. If they're playing if they're planning a Rock, Dwayne Johnson versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, not 39. Is it 39? Or is it 38? I forget. I think it's WrestleMania 38. 38 or 39, whatever. The next one, WrestleMania Hollywood in LA. If they're planning a Rock versus Roman Reigns match for that, you don't need a title of Roman Reigns because The Rock is not going. Dwayne Johnson is not going to be there for some time after because there's no way The Rock would win that match because he's a movie star now. So you don't need a title for the match. You don't need a title for that match, right? They're not going to put a title on Dwayne Johnson. So if you're going to have Rock and Roman Reigns, remember they're family. They're actual real life cousins at WrestleMania Hollywood. They're not going to have a title match. Guarantee you for that. But they can still do that match. That match can be based on who's the true head of the family, the most dominant superstar in the Samoan dynasty. And that dynasty goes way back. Roman, The Rock, the Usos, Tamina, formerly Nia Jax, Yokozuna, Rikishi, the Samoans. There's a lot in that dynasty, man. A lot. But yeah, as I said, I don't think that's the case. Now we're gonna get to the card. Now there's only 6 matches, and that could change as we get closer to the event, the pay-per-view premium live event, because you know what? There could be matches added. We do that at the last minute. And we still got one show left, SmackDown, which technically is the go-home show, but there's not a lot on this show because a lot of the superstars had to travel to the UK. So because SmackDown was also taped. This edition of SmackDown coming up this Friday was actually taped last Friday. But yes, let's get to the card, guys. So what I usually like to do for my wrestling predictions is do the non-title matches first, and then the title matches. And I believe on this card, we got two non-title matches. Two. And we're gonna start the first one off. I'm gonna see something with Judgment Day and Edge and Rey Mysterio. So as you know, what the story tells us, right? As you know, Judgment Day was well formed by Edge originally, right? After WrestleMania, he wanted to start Judgment Day by recruiting Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and then eventually like Finn Balor came to join, but that day Finn Balor officially joined. That's when Judgment Day turned on Edge. Edge went away. And then Judgment Day started targeting the Mysterios, Dominic and Rey. Now, as you know, lately between this, what's going on with Judgment Day is that Dom and Rhea, there's something building. And Rhea's been getting the best of Dom, and there's all those funny memes, jokes about Rhea dominating Dom. You know what I'm talking about there sexually. Kink stuff, dominatrix stuff. I'm sorry there. And then you saw us past Raw. Rhea's telling Dom, give me the candlestick, and she did. And there's some stuff that's confusing there, and there seems some dysfunction and some actual family issues between Ray and and his son. But before we get to that, we see Edge comes back, right? At SummerSlam and costs Judgment Day the tag team match against Ray and Dom. And Edge comes back, vows to get revenge and end Judgment Day. And you see that great match, main event, Damian Priest in his hometown of Toronto. That was a tremendous match. And then a week later, the Judgment Day defeated the team of Ziggler and AJ Styles. But I don't know if we're gonna have a blow off here at Clash of Castle, but we might get some changes in the story going. I think Ray and Dominic after this match will slowly drift away from Edge because I think Dom okay, I'll give you my prediction. I'll give you my prediction right now, explaining why the story between Edge and Ray and Dom is going to go in different directions after Clash of the Castle. My prediction here, I'm not going Edge and Ray here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going here with Judgment of Damian Priest and Finn Balor to defeat the team of Edge and Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. And no, it's not gonna be a clean finish. There's gonna be shenanigans involved. I think, yes, I really think Dom is gonna turn on his father and Edge and align himself with Judgment Day. That's what I think is gonna happen. It's this match right here, guys. Let me show you. It's not exactly the best picture, but that's what I think is going to happen. Now, if you're in the chat, give me your predictions. Give me your predictions on what's going to happen. All right? And do I have a Discord here? No. So yeah, so I got, like I said, Judgment Day's winning here because Dom's gonna turn on the team of Edge and Rey Mysterio. That's what I got here. No, I could be wrong. It's just a prediction, and yeah. So yeah. So let's get to man, this is a pretty long. I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry, Max. So let's get to the next match. This really got heated. This really got heated on Raw. This really got heated on Raw. Really heated on Raw, man. And and if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I can't show you the clip unless I get hit with it. Huh. But it was really, really intense. And I'm talking about this match. Seth freaking Rollins and the returning Matt Riddle. And why I'm saying returning Matt Riddle is because he finally gets his first name back. Matt. Because I think it's really stupid for him to take away his first name and just call him Riddle. Like, seriously, I think it's stupid. I don't like that WWE just taking away their full name. So I'm glad they gave Matt his first name back as his ring name. And but I really loved. I mean, this give you a prediction, but I'm not 100% sure on this prediction. Like I'm not 100% like I'm not even. I'm more like 50-50 on this. If you ask me, more like 50-50 on who's going to win this match. Because I really do love these superstars. I mean, I wasn't sold on Riddle at first, but I began to start to like him over time. I like characters like that. He has charisma. He's funny. He's great in the ring. Yeah, I mean, he gets to talk about his personal life, but he's great in the ring. And Seth Rollins, I've always been a fan of Seth Rollins. Once again, one of the best in the rings, all around best workers in the whole world. I love this character he has now as a heel. The ah ha 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 Joker like gimmick, or he gets pissed off like. I mean, I think he's finally found his calling as his heel, as his gimmick he currently has. I really do like it. This character he's developed over the past year. And remember, he always has those great suits. Very creative suits he has. But yeah. So this past Monday, this has been going on since Monday in the Bank, and it's getting more intense as we get closer to Clash of the Castle. And this past Monday, man, when it come back to the air and Steph was like, "You want to talk about my family? How about we talk about your family? Your wife divorced you. Your kids don't want to see you again." And so on and so on. And that really pissed off Riddle, like legit pissed off. Like it's all planned, it's part of the show, but like you wouldn't think it's part of the show. Like that's what's good about wrestling, right? When you think it's real, even though you know it's not real, but you want to think like the guy's really mad and pissed off. You want to feel the intensity. And what Rollins did, and how Riddle felt, yeah, you would feel like that because that's how a real person would feel in that situation. How Riddle would feel, that's how I would feel if somebody said that to me. And I think that's pretty sure to you. and whoever else, they would feel the exact same way, even though it's all planned and scripted and stuff like that. That's how in real life you would feel. And I can't wait for this match. I don't think it's gonna end. I don't think this program, this feud, whatever you want to call it, it's gonna end here at Clash of the Castle. I do think I'm going 50-50 on this, but I'm gonna pick Seth Rollins to win here, and they're gonna have a match. Seth Rollins, let's be honest, yeah, I don't know if he has won a pay-per-view match this whole year. And he's lost 3 against Cody. And I don't know who else he lost against. Roman Reigns, we did defeat Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble, but that was kind of a just DQ. Obviously, Elimination Chamber, he didn't win. I don't know. So I'm going with Seth Rollins to win here, but this story is not over yet, man. Let's just continue to the next pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, and because this is the intensity of this rivalry, it calls for a special stipulation type match, and Extreme Rules is a perfect pay-per-view for that. I don't care what kind of match it is. It's not going to be one of those matches where a regular match. It's not going to be a regular match. You're not going to pin, DQ, count out, or by submission. I guarantee you, you're going to have one more match, and it's going to be Extreme Rules. It's going to be some special kind of match, stipulation match, street fight, last man standing, whatever, something like that. So I'm going Seth here. But I'm going to be shocked if Riddle here wins here. But this is not over yet. And so those are all 2 matches that are non-title matches. And now we're going to go, oh, no, there's another title match. I almost forgot. Because there's no Raw Women's title match on this pay-per-view, even though the Raw Women's champion is wrestling on this show. And that match is this match. 6-man tag team match. You got the team on the left, team on the right. Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley, Damage Control as they're called. And my Marvel fans, yes, Damage Control is from Marvel, but they're in this. The name is different. It's still Damage is still spelled right, but Control is not Control. It's, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just obviously because they don't want to get sued. But yeah, so Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley. Now, taking on the team of Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. In a 6-woman tag team match. Whoops. Which, well, I'm super excited for. And well, this has been building since SummerSlam when Bayley came back. From injury, mind you, injury, she was basically out a year, right? But she did not come alone. All of a sudden, I heard familiar music, and I'm like, Dakota Kai is back, Dakota Kai. And yeah, and Dakota Kai came back. Remember, she was released a couple months before, and now she's back. Triple H is doing this amazing thing, rehiring everybody that Vince released, WWE released. Dakota Kai, Dexter Lumis, Karrion Kross, and so on. Johnny Gargano hasn't been released. His contract ran out, but he's back. And so on, yes. And then all of a sudden, Io Sky came back, and they confronted winning Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch turned babyface at SummerSlam, and she had to go away because she got hurt. And then you see Alexa Bliss and Asuka come to Bianca Belair, and there's a story between them and that team. It also evolved around the women's tag team tournament, which I thought they're going to win. I thought the team of Io Sky and Dakota Kai were going to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team champions on this Raw. But what I like about wrestling, I like to be shocked. That wasn't the case with Cal Rodriguez and Aaliyah won. Now, Now. What does this mean? It means at this event, at this pay per view, I don't think Bianca Belair, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka are gonna win. I think the team of Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bayley are gonna win. And this will not hurt Bianca Belair because she'll not take the pin. I don't think Bianca Belair is gonna take the pin here, so she'll be safe. And I think later on she's gonna have that one-on-one match with Bayley, whether it's Extreme Rules or whatever. I think no, I was about to say Asuka. I think Alexa Bliss is gonna get the pin here. I think Alexa Bliss is gonna be the one to be pinned here because of those three, she seems like the one that hasn't been booked very well as of late. So I think she's the one that's most likely to get the be one pinned here by either Bayley, Io Sky, or Dakota Kai. I don't know. And I think this will be Bayley's first match back officially wrestling. So yeah, I got the team of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai winning here at Clash of the Castle. And Io Sky was very close to going back to Japan. Remember, she's Io Shirai, but when she got named to the main roster, she became Io Sky. She was very close going back to the main Japan to be with her husband, who her husband is Evil. If you know New Japan, her husband's Evil, which used to be Evil was part of the. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't kept track on New Japan stuff, but I know the factions and stuff. You got Chaos, Suzuki Gon, but Evil was part of Bullet Club. He joined Bullet Club 2 years ago and he became champion. Turner Sonata, Nato's faction. But yes, it's true. So yeah, those are all the matches. They're non-title matches. So now we're going to the title matches now. Now, I want to get to one I really don't have any interest in. I really think it's kind of boring. But here we go. Liv Morgan, the SmackDown Women's Champion, taking on Shayna Baszler, the challenger. Now, I really like how strong they're building up Shayna Baszler for Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, I know she's a champion, but let's be honest. She's still the underdog. She'll always be perceived as the underdog. Liv Morgan will always be perceived as the underdog. This is how it is. Even as a champion or not, even as a babyface or a heel, she'll always be perceived as an underdog. And that SummerSlam match, I'll tell you, did not help her. In my opinion, did not do her any favors. Did not do her any favors. When she clearly tapped out, but the ref counted 1, 2, 3. She clearly tapped out. We know that. And the week on Raw, she was no SmackDown. She was getting booed and saying she was. As I said, once you're a champion, you're not an underdog anymore. That title of being an underdog when you're a champion, nope, you're not an underdog anymore. You're the favorite. Because in a regular match where there's no stipulations where there's rules in place like a DQ count and stuff like that, that's all in your favor. That's all in your favor. The challenger always in a regular singles match has to win by either submission or pin. Liv Morgan doesn't have to win by that. Right? Because if the challenger wins by countout or a DQ, she doesn't become champion. So the match favors the champion all the time. And they haven't booked Liv Morgan very strong. But in that case, it's a Shayna Baszler they should have booked really strong. The main roster have done since her call up have done a very poorly job of making Shayna Baszler look like the monster, heel that she was in NXT. Because I remember NXT one, she was dominant for a year, and it took like Rhea Ripley to be the one to dethrone her. And that's what we got to get a Shayna Baszler back, because that's what she is. She's ruthless, man. She's ruthless. And the question, where's Rousey play into this? Because Wanda's still back, and I think her suspension is going to be lifted. The suspension is going to be lifted. And so where's Wanda play into this, right? We'll see. But in this match, I got Liv retaining here. Yeah. By a fluke. She's going to win here by a fluke. Yeah. So, yeah. Liv retains. So next, well, this is a pretty long previous show, because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's go to the next match on the card. Before the main event, Gunther versus Sheamus, two heels, both from Europe. And Gunther is a monster heel. Remember his NXT UK one? Oh my God, dominant. And these two men, they're just gonna be the living crap out of each other, man. You just know it. Oh my God, and Gunther's chops. Woo, you don't want to get chopped by that. And Sheamus and the brutality these two are gonna go at each other. In Cardiff, it's gonna get a massive reaction because they're, especially Sheamus. He's from Ireland. I know Cardiff is in Wales, but Ireland is not. It's nearby. I think. I know England's like lower, and then you got the Wales, Scotland, Ireland. Somebody from the UK. Tell me the graphical locations of all UK. But yes, this match is gonna be brutal. I mean, you're gonna have like Pete Dunne, well, Butch. And this match, people will be hyped up for this match, and I like Walter. I think he's the type of guy who's gonna have one of the main title, not just Intercontinental title or US title. I think he's gonna be either not undisputed, Universal title or W Championship one day. I think he's in that class, and whoever beats him, the ring general. I mean, I think he's a main event player, definitely, future main event player, Gunther, and Sheamus, two guys. It's gonna be a living crap out. It's gonna be brutal, man. Oh. Two big hoss going at it. But my prediction here is, well, there's gonna be no title change. Gunther. Gunther retains here. The Intercontinental Championship over Sheamus. Now I don't know if this is Sheamus' face turn or his trio's face turn. I don't think it is. It's just heel versus heel. So, but yeah, I got Gunther retaining here, man. Because honestly, Gunther losing the title anytime soon. And Sheamus, to me, is not the guy. They could take the title off Gunther. He's just not the guy. Next, we got the main event, we don't know if it's the main event, but I think it's technically, or it really should be the main event. Roman Reigns, the undisputed WWE Champion, Universal Champion. Roman Reigns taking on the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Now, I'm really looking forward to this match. Drew McIntyre's been the number one contender for a couple months, and they're really building up to be a formidable opponent to Roman Reigns, especially with the history, especially with the clips last week on SmackDown of him at the beginning of his career, how he was the chosen one, and now how much the chosen one gimmick, how that he wasn't ready for that, and really hit rock bottom, and then they released him, and he really brought himself back up to where he is now, back in WWE, champion twice, and now number one contender for both titles of Roman Reigns. And yes, there are whispers of Roman Reigns possibly dropping the titles at this event. Now, I can see that happening because both networks, USA and Fox, want the titles, the main titles, the top titles of each brand to be on their show more constantly than it is with Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns has a lighter schedule than he once had before, right? A couple months ago, his schedule's been lighter. He doesn't appear as much TV, house shows, or even pay-per-views. He has a lighter travel schedule, stuff like that. And I can see the networks not exactly being happy with that because they want the titles on their show to draw ratings. Well, I think with Raw going for a month now with 2 million viewers constantly for a month, numbers they haven't seen since on the USA Network since pre-pandemic days. I mean, like right before pre-pandemic days. It's a good sign. But that's because of the belt. It's because, well, Raw's been better. Let's be honest. Since Triple H is taking charge, Raw's been better. And SmackDown's actually been decent too, I think. But yes. But yes, this is the first time there's whispers of taking the titles off Roman Reigns. Here's the thing. I can see it happening. The way they're building up Drew for this pay-per-view, they're making you think that this is Drew's time, dethroning the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And I got 2 possible outcomes of that. Drew Reigns becomes champion. Undisputed champion. So it appears on both brands going forward, and he doesn't have a lighter schedule, so you'll see the titles on SmackDown and Raw more frequently than you did with Roman Reigns holding the titles. That's what you'll see with Drew. And then he can continue whatever. Start new feuds with the title on SmackDown and Raw. There's a lot of challengers he could go with. And then what I think this could happen with, and I think Sami Zayn will massively be affected here. Because what I think will happen, if this only happens if Roman loses, okay? Roman loses. If Roman loses, I think on SmackDown and Raw, the Bloodline turns on Sami Zayn. They're just pretending to have him join the Bloodline. They're just pretending. They're just using him, using him to do some dirty work, or just pretending that they like him, they respect him. And they saw this as he saw on Raw, Kevin Owens confronted Sami Zayn, basically referring to that they're just using. They don't care about you. And I can see if this only happens if Roman Reigns loses his title, the next few weeks, you start to see the Bloodline turn on Sami Zayn. And that's when Kevin Owens comes to save Sami Zayn, and they form a tag team. Because they have been a tag team a little bit before, but never tag team champions. And they can form a tag team once again and take down the Usos and get those tag team title belts. I think that's the road they're heading down. I think when Kevin Owens confronted Sami Zayn, that's the story they're going to tell going forward down the line. When eventually the Bloodline will turn on Sami Zayn, turning Sami Zayn's face, because Sami Zayn right now, even though he's a heel, the guy is so damn entertaining. And I think once he turns babyface, and I love to see the NXT Sami Zayn when he confronted Neville before one of the NXT specials. But yeah, he's so damn entertaining, Sami Zayn. And when he becomes, I think he's ready for the babyface turn. And him and Owens as a babyface duel taking on the Usos. Yeah. Even if Roman Reigns does retain here, they're still going to turn on Sami Zayn at some point. And they can form that tag team with Kevin Owens. So that what happens on Raw is just planting the seeds for eventual Sami Zayn babyface turn when the bloodline turns on him, whenever that is down the road. Even if Roman Reigns retains, it's gonna happen at some point. But I think Roman Reigns loses here, they're gonna turn on him faster than quicker than I would say that if Roman Reigns retains. But I could definitely see Drew McIntyre winning here, but I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns retaining the title here. I don't know, because I always used to, because there's been past preview predictions where I had Roman Reigns losing and I've always been wrong. So I'm gonna go Roman Reigns here, retaining here, and maybe I'll be wrong here and have Drew McIntyre winning here because Drew wins here in Wales and Cardiff in the UK. That's gonna be a massive moment for Drew McIntyre. It'd be a moment he never truly got because of the pandemic ruined his moment when he beat Brock Lesnar at the Performance Center, the WrestleMania Performance Center. This would be his moment, if you ask me, that it was robbed of him because of COVID. But yeah, those are all my preview predictions. So the first match got Judgment Day winning here. Second match, I got Riddle winning over Sept. Third match, team of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai winning. Fourth match, Liv Morgan winning. Fifth match, Gunther winning. And the sixth match, Roman Reigns winning. And remember, there could be more matches added to this pay-per-view. And obviously that, because that happens. Sometimes they add matches as the days go by, and sometimes even add a match during the day of the pay-per-view. Remember, the pay-per-view is at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. West Coast time. And yes, and before I let you guys go, I will be doing this for NXT Worlds Collide. That's Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be doing another preview show like this for AWRL, which is later that night. Collide and AWRL are on the same night. Be on lookout for that. So like, share, subscribe, comment below, and I might do watch alongs for those shows. But so yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Tell your friends about my wrestling channel if you're into wrestling. Tell your friends if you're my wrestling channel if you're into wrestling. But yeah, so once again, thank you. And that with that, AWRL presents latest SmackDown is out. Take care, guys.